Hey everyone, my name is K10 and welcome to the 3000 subscriber Q&A. I know as of recording this we're just over 4,000, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's not waste any time and let's start with the first question. Alright, first question right here from Slipping371 says, what's your favorite underrated geomapper? Now, honestly, I'd say out of all geomappers, it's probably a tight race between British mapping and Slipping. You guys are just under 400 subscribers combined, but make better videos than most of the community. Now for question 2, Paul Washington says, when do you think you'll hit 100k? Now, according to Social Blade, they think I'll hit in early 2027, or a little under 3 years, which I think is a little bit too optimistic, but my guess is probably never, as it's such a high milestone to achieve, but we'll see in the future. Next question, Carl Pakistan says, what was your least favorite country to build? If I had to pick one, it'd probably be Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, or Kazakhstan, because for one, Afghanistan was a headache to make, Saudi Arabia's Shahada was way too blurry, and Kazakhstan ended up taking me over 5 hours. Jacob Geography says, who are your top 3 favorite geomappers in order? If I had to rank my top 3 favorites, it'd probably be MC Alice number 1, Reich Geomapping at number 2, and a close tie between Jacob's Geography and Ben Makes Minecraft Mappings at number 3. Vikings Fan 1 says, what do you like to do in Minecraft other than mapping? Now, sometimes I enjoy playing on my survival world, as well as the mapping SMP when that's online. Also like playing Bed Wars and stuff, like we are right now. That's pretty much it, honestly. Next question, Reich Geomapping has 5 questions here, that'll be fun. Number 1, what made you switch to geomapping? Probably MC Alice or Nuclear Pikachu. Number 2, how long do you think you'll be in geomapping and what role you'll have in the future? I don't know, I'll think I'll be in geomapping for 1 or 2 years, not quite sure how I'll be then. Number 3, if you were to meet a geomapper, who do you think will be the most likely? Honestly, I don't really know if I'd meet any geomappers, not really any close to me really. Number 4, whose editing do you think is the best? I'd have to say the best editing goes to you or MC Atlas. That's pretty much it. Number 5, why do we have the same cut? I don't really have an answer for that. Question number 7 from DerpMP Kid says, number 1, what made you start the Minecraft Country project? For number 1, I decided to start this project as I saw other geomappers doing the same thing, so I thought it'd be fun if I tried to make videos on them. Number 2, what is your reference? How do you get it so accurately block for block? For number 2, my reference is the 2017 Wikimedia flag map of the world, and for complicated emblems, I just use Spraycraft mostly. Next question from Funk Your Titan says, what country would you like to visit most? If I had to pick any country, I'd probably choose the United States, mostly because of the variety of climates, things to see and do. Honestly, I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but yeah. Question number 9 from Timmy Tonga asks, who's your favorite helper? So if I had to pick anyone, it's probably going to be the top 3, Reich's Geomapping, Ben, and Timmy Tonga. Reich and Ben has helped with almost a quarter of my whole channel videos, Timmy Tonga about half that. Overall, they've been pretty supportive over the channel, and I've got to thank them for all that. Build It 4 asks, what was the hardest country to build on a small scale? If I had to pick a country or region on which was the hardest, it'd definitely go to something in Europe. Probably the Balkans, mostly because the reference image is already difficult enough to look at, not to mention the density of small countries here. Question number 11 from Generic History Guy says, what country's geography do you know the most about besides Canada? It's definitely gotta be the US, no competition about that. Then probably be Brazil, the UK, or maybe Russia and India as other close contenders. Question number 12 from NWalker6900 says, do you ask for help or do they volunteer to help? For the most part, people usually just join in the middle of my time lapse and start building. Sometimes it's to pay them back in some way, or motivation comes from a streak of helping, looking at you Ben. I'd only usually ask for help when I've got barely any time left. That's pretty much it. Question number 13 from Cobblestone asks, when did you start your big scale world? So I started making the first episode on August 18th, 2023, back when I built France. I ended up building the whole country upside down halfway in the recording, as you could tell. The video was quite unprofessional and quite bad in my opinion. That's pretty much it. Question number 14, British Mapping says, who are the 3 most underrated geomappers in your opinion? In no particular order, it would be British Mapping, Slipping371, the Generic History Guy, and Ben Makes Minecraft Mappings. Speaking of Ben, his question asks, number 1, what are your top 3 underrated geomappers? I just said those. Number 2, what are your top 3 overrated geomappers? Most likely Aiden's Minecraft Mappings, Kevlev Games, and Mr. Rendon MC. Number 3, what are your top 3 perfectly rated Jew mappers? Probably Trent Fenner, Joel Enzon, and Funker Titan. Number 4, what was the general your reaction when the East Coast was finished and his streak ended? Honestly, when it happened, I kind of felt bad because I knew you were on the plane, so you couldn't help, but we kind of had to move on with the video either way. Jukid asks, when do you think you will hit a 4K? Honestly, that's kind of a tough question, man. I don't really think I can answer that one. If I already wasn't 800 above that number. Other than that, I am really happy on how the channel has been growing like crazy lately, and I've got to thank all of you for that. Question number 17 from MC Atlas asks, my question is, why did you choose such a goated profile picture? Now originally he was referring to my old profile picture, so I'll explain that one real quick. The way I got that was actually because a while back I used to upload exclusively on TikTok, so I made my profile picture that, not really sure why. I ended up updating my YouTube profile to that as well, and it just kind of stuck for a couple months until quite recently. Last question, that one Polish Brit asks, opinions on me? I think you're one of the more underrated Jew mappers, honestly. Other than that, you've got some potential to put yourself in the spotlight and grow, that sort of stuff. Do you think you will ever surpass MC Atlas in the future? If you asked me this when he was only 1,000 subs ahead of me, maybe yeah, but certainly not now. It's pretty much impossible to compete with his growth and views. Last question, who's your favorite Jew mapper? MC Atlas. I just checked the time, it's 3:32 in the morning right now. Probably gonna head to sleep. Anyways, see ya.